Governor, the next speaker is Linda, and followed by Barbara. I'm sorry. It is. Sorry.
Hello.
I actually had a question, but an earlier statement that you made has prompted me to change course here. We're a nation of laws, and part of your responsibility is to help enforce those laws, and that includes immigration law. You missed an opportunity earlier, Governor, when the young man spoke about being here illegally. My heart goes out to him that he is not afforded opportunities that lawful citizens and lawful residents are afforded. A more appropriate response would have been, young man, I'm very sorry that this is the plight that you are in, but your parents should have thought about that before they crossed these borders illegally.
Listen, everybody's entitled to an opinion and to voice it. So I'm
not done. And then for you to further contemplate whether or not there are gubernatorial scholarships that you can afford someone who is not a lawful citizen is a slap in the face to the rest of us who are here legally and are citizens and are working to put our own kids through school, and you are contemplating using our tax dollars to subsidize someone who does not belong here.
Okay. So let me be very clear. I actually said to the young man, and maybe you didn't hear me, that I don't condone the actions of his parents. Having said that, this young man, by appearance, has probably lived in this country for 10 years. His primary language, I could tell from his speech, is that of English. We have a national policy where he will not ever be sent back to his country. And that's admitted to by those who support reform and those who don't support reform in Washington. And by the way, I think the reform issue on this has become highly politicized. Highly politicized. He's never going back to the country that his parents came from. You had your chance. So he's not going back. And no national policy, and by the way, no national government over the last 20 years has actually sought out people like this young man to make them go. So then you have to look at this thing, right? So should we, and I'll put it very clearly, should we cut off our nose to spite our face or not? This young man is going to stay in this country. By his testimony, and I'll accept it for purposes, he's won awards. He may be a budding scientist. He may be a person who can contribute quite a bit to our economy in the future. Should we deny him? Should we deny ourselves the opportunity to benefit from his presence in our country? I believe that we should control who comes to our country. I've always said that should be something that we're in charge of, not someone else.
But by very virtue of not enforcing our laws, you are not taking charge of this, and you perpetuate the problem. You and I are never going to agree on this, Governor. You're soft like our federal government is soft, and it has to stop.
Well, apparently I'm soft like the president was when he came in, which was a Republican.
Thank you. The next, Governor.